Microsoft acquires 53% of Google's parent company, Alphabet, in a shocking hostile takeover this weekend. Be ready to find answers to all your questions by Binging it. Elon Musk changes the name of his social media company from X.com to Y.com, and Morty Oberstein retires early from Wix to lead an AI tool startup company. You're listening to News from the Edge for the week of April 1st, 2024, here on Edge of the Web Radio.
From the Edge of the Web studios, here's what we're looking at this week.
Yeah? Did that work?
Is this your way of trying to get me interested in AI tools? They still don't care.
I'm trying my best. Just running a headline. Just trying to get you focused over there, man, because AI is the thing.
Oh, no, it's not. Only losers.
Hey, this is April 1st week, so just wanted to throw some April 1st headlines. April Fool's Day headlines at you, see? Exactly.
I get it. Good joke, fool.
Jeez. The treatment I get whenever I come back, you know,
I pity the fool.
I'm very sensitive here, and
you can tell Morty doesn't read the news because he was just rolling with it. He's like, I haven't read these articles yet. This sounds legit.
53% buyout.
I guess.
All right. We'll talk about it.
I guess we'll talk about that in a minute. I haven't read these yet.
I'll be honest. Like all I heard was like the Morty retires from Wix, and I tuned out the rest of the intro.
Hey! I tell you what.
Is that wrong?
Is that wrong to tune out the intro? Yeah, I guess so, man. You should probably be in the zone with me, right?
You have a great intro.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
And you don't, after 2 or 3 takes of it.
The audience never hears that, man.
They never know. Now they know.
Now they know.
Now they know the truth.
This is Edge of the Web Radio. I'm your host, Erin Sparks.
This is Edge of the Web Radio? Oh, what am I doing here?
I thought this was Surfs Up.
I thought it was Surfs Up.
We're doing this every week as much as possible. We're covering news and digital marketing. We focus a lot on SEO, but a lot of other things in digital marketing, separate from our weekly
AI.
And AI. See, this is how I don't get through an intro, right? Everybody at home, you're listening. This is what I have to deal with.
Listen, I'm just trying to make you feel at home. Like, I'm sure your wife probably interrupts you. No?
Yeah, she does.
I didn't know that, but I just kind of wanted
They now have, like the curse jars that you put a quarter in whenever you say a curse. Every time I say the word edge, right? They're going to they're putting together a jar where they're putting some sort of tally that I have to do some chores at home every time I bring up the word, because we were walking.
Don't help out at home until you get in trouble.
Well, I made it a joke anytime that they say the edge, right? Oh, edge of the web, and they moan collectively, right? So it's been 12 years.
Wait, your family constantly talks about the edge?
No,
this comes up
they just say the word edge, right? So we were talking about edging. I said, oh, edge of the lawn, brought to you by Erin Sparks, and they all moaned, right? So
that's
terrible.
Terrible.
It really is. So now they're making it a chore jar.
I just thought your family loves you too.
No, they're just muzzling me. They're restraining my freedom of speech. That's what they're doing.
They're saving the planet.
I think they are. Check out everything over at edgeofthewebradio.com. This is the site.
Everything. What's over at edgeofthewebradio.com?
Well, you know what's not there? The Site Strategic Digital News Desk is not there.
Where is the news desk? I want to know where the news desk is. I understand again. I wanted to ask you about this.
Last week, literally, you spent 10 minutes talking about this.
Don't overtalk me while I'm talking you.
It's like Inception there.
There's the Site Strategics Digital Marketing News Desk of Edge of the Web.
Correct.
What does of Edge of the Web mean? It's meaningless. It doesn't mean anything.
Edge of the Web is the entity. If you go actually Google, we even have a knowledge graph entry. So Edge of the Web does exist. It's right next to an episode of Mannix, by the way. And there's also an Edge of the web development company in the UK. So there's that. But this is the Edge of the Web news desk. This is physically. And
no, it's the Site Strategics news desk.
It's the title sponsor. The title sponsor actually gets this desk.
Of Edge of the Web. It doesn't make any sense. It's as if AI wrote this stuff.
No, trust me, it was all me.
I know. I've run your stuff through AI tests before, and it comes back positive for AI. No, this is, by the way, for the audience, it's not a joke.
What jackass wrote this? What jackass wrote this? That's the response.
No, it was ChatGPT. No, it was Erin Sparks.
ChatGPT would get this much.
It's
much
like that
better.
line from The Office. He'll say, "Is that Austin Kutcher? No, it's Kevin Malone."
Are you done?
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Well, guess what? That's Morty Oberstein. He's the head of SEO branding at Wix. And I'm not going to even ask
I work at a publicly traded company. Imagine that.
So what's happening in your world?
There's stuff. I need to pitch something. I'll be honest.
I will talk over you.
completely
Doesn't
went
matter
blank.
what you're going to say.
Oh, well, we have some new. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just being talked over. We have some new SEO integrations coming at you inside of Wix.
Mhm.
Look out for them soon.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's all?
I'm just teasing it.
All right.
Yeah.
And you're going to be,
Also,
you're still inviting
See you in
people
New
out
York at our SEO FOMO event with
Yeah.
Alita,
with Alita, and that's April 16th
April 16th, live from the Wix Playground in New York City.
from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., right?
Yeah, totally.
It's a long haul.
Yeah,
What-
be there at 10.
What? Okay, you talk about the news desk of Edge of the Web. What is the Wix Playground?
I told you, it's a ball pit.
Well, I was looking through the windows and I didn't see the ball pit. So what's going on over there? What twisted world is happening at Wix? They've got what is this, like an AI playground? Is web hosting
No, it's
playground?
It's Wix is heavy for designers.
Right.
So they have like a playground where you can come in, design stuff. I don't know. I'm not a designer.
You absolutely should have a ball pit there. You know that.
They honestly, it should totally be a ball pit and like seesaws and slides.
Absolutely.
The Wix Playground, but for adults, like
Paintball.
adult size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least have Barry's cornhole game over there.
Then,
That's where
it's
it should
still in
be.
England.
It is?
If somebody wants it,
It's still in England?
somewhere in a warehouse in England. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. All right. News. Jump in here, guys. From Nicola Agius over at Search Engine Land. Advertisers sue Meta for allegedly inflating ad viewership in a $7 billion lawsuit. They claim that they were unfairly charged inflated premiums to serve ads on Facebook and Instagram. The advertisers suing Meta allege that the potential reach metric used by the company to determine advertising costs relies on the total number of social media accounts rather than individual users. They argue that this approach is problematic, of course, because it could include bot and fake accounts, resulting in advertisers paying more money for their ads to be served to bots. So Meta jumps back saying, you know what, that's not true, and we're going to defend this vigorously. All right, game on. And then Jeffrey Graber, partner at Cohen Milstein and legal counsel representing the advertiser, said, we're looking forward to continuing to litigate this case on behalf of Meta's advertising customers. Dude, that's $7 billion with a B. That's a big honking lawsuit. So it's going to be interesting to see how that rolls through. Whole point is, if you are telling us that our reach, which is going to be translated to what we're spending, is dictated on fake accounts, old accounts, bot accounts, right? Yeah, that's not going to fly. So be interesting to see what they actually had to say in that space. What say you, sir?
Yeah. I say that's bad that they're paying for ads that they didn't get.
That is incredibly astute.
Yep.
Incredibly astute.
I don't know why you guys think
That is-
bots don't want to buy stuff.
Bots do.
That's pretty rude.
Have you seen Creator?
No.
The movie?
Mm-mm.
It's a whole...
Oh, that was so bad. Boring.
But
I thought, oh, we're going to get robots and AI, and it was boring.
terrible.
Is it new?
yeah,
Ugh,
Yeah.
don't
Skip
waste
it.
your time.
All right.
skip it.
Boring.
right.
Nothing happens. It's so
But
boring.
bots want to buy ads too, and I mean that was an entire culture right there.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Sure.
All right.
Yep.
Let's give the listeners some juicier tidbits of news here. Over Search Engine Land by Nicola as well. YouTube warns creators not to delete videos. Now, check this out. Hiding or removing content can negatively impact your channel's overall rankings. So this was actually stated on X by YouTube product lead Todd Bupre. YouTubers, don't delete videos unless you have a very, very good reason, says he. That's two varies right there. When you delete a video, you delete your channel's connection to the audience that watched that video. If you want to maximize your growth, keep your videos public or unlist them if you must. So I know this is a space we really don't talk that much about YouTube, and we probably should. Regularly, we actually do that in the interviews. We don't really bring YouTube channel into the news that much, but check this out. If Google's saying don't delete your videos, right? And Google is Alphabet's the key owner of YouTube, right? What are they really doing with all that content, right? I mean, it's your channel, obviously, but you also are affecting the algorithm by deleting a YouTube based that was connected to users' engagement, right? But I saw something else that kind of creeped around on the OpenAI front. That OpenAI, this is through Wall Street Journal, they were actually looking at training their LLM on public YouTube transcripts. Okay, so I'm just wondering if there's some sort of connection out there. If Google's saying don't delete anything out there, and OpenAI is also sniffing around, going, "Hey, this is some great natural language over here that we could go scoop up." Yeah, just throwing that out there for a conversation. Anybody? Takers?
Wait, Jacob, do you understand what he's talking about?
I really didn't either. I mean, I just kind of pulled a couple facts together, trying to mash them up, and it's not really working.
I mean,
I just want to know, but that's me.
it sounds like they're just maybe they're just trying to say, please don't take our data away.
Well, Google's saying, please don't take our data away and don't take our connections to the users that engage with your video, right?
Right.
So they're talking to YouTube creators that have 500,000, 2 million, and on up type of engagements on those videos, right?
Right.
They have been taking those down. I mean, there has been a bit of an exodus of YouTube creators because of some of the algorithm changes and the payout changes, right?
I wonder if that's what it is people trying to play with the algorithm. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it is on YouTube, but I do know I've heard people talk about on Instagram. You want to kind of keep like your grid fresh,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want people seeing your old content. You always
Right,
want it to look fresh. You want it to have only your best foot forward.
Right.
So people are always removing and maybe archiving, but
Low
keeping
performing.
right. So whatever I posted 6 months ago isn't on there anymore. I mean, I don't do that, but like if I'm trying to have a really good feed,
Mm-hmm.
then only either the most recent or the best stuff I've ever posted goes on there. I don't worry about that. I don't do that. So I wonder if YouTube, if you're having problems, you start thinking like, oh, I only want my top 10 videos ever on there.
You're really kind of screwing yourself up.
And so if YouTube is seeing people starting to experiment and trying to do that, and they're like, oh, this is not what we had intended.
Right.
But people are playing around like that. They're trying to like warn people and get them to stop using maybe a method that works on another social media platform. Maybe that's what they're going for there. Keep them from
Probably so.
doing that.
Probably so. Because those user engagements affect other user engagements on other channels as well.
Right.
And the opportunity of be able to market to those individuals, right? So you've taken that behavior analysis out, right? You're putting gaps in its place, and that's going to be tripping up the ad algorithm more than anything else, right?
Yep.
We need to talk to some YouTube professionals again. I want to get a fresh new knowledge dump.
You just said you talked to them in the interviews.
We have, and Tim Schmorer was one. Well, it's been like a year or so ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel lied to now. But
in YouTube years is like a decade.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's true.
This kind of reminds me, or it sounds like the knowledge graph.
Right. Yes.
Like that's what it made me think of. It made you think of a whole conspiracy theory.
It really did.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should discuss that, and maybe we can,
So some conspiracy therapy for me.
I've got 45 minutes later today. I'm happy to bill you for an hour.
Oh, you're playing the meta overinflation card there. I see. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. That's bad.
No, I mean, you start connecting the dots. You start watching the news a lot. You start connecting the dots on LLMs, and you start seeing a little bit of other patternings that are happening.
It seems to be that part of the YouTube algorithm is like, okay, like if you're a baseball YouTube channel and now you're talking about cell phones, you might have a great cell phone video. That's weird. Why are you talking about cell phones when you talk about baseball? Because you're a baseball podcast or whatever it is that you are. And it seems very similar to how Google sometimes, and I think should do more of, goes about ranking websites where, okay, like the site identity is X, you're an informational health website, but you're just pushing your products everywhere. So maybe you're not really a health information website. Maybe you're really a health commerce website and you're just trying to fool us.
Right.
It seems like those entity connections, kind of the reason why we say, we'll talk about this later, you shouldn't lead an about page because it all builds contextual knowledge. That's what it made it sound like to me. Like, don't be a fool. We are looking at that content, even though it might not be your best performing content. So don't delete it.
I think you're right. I think it all goes into the
Yeah, it's either that or some conspiracy theory about whatever.
Don't
not
delete
sure.
it because they're actually working a deal out with OpenAI so they can actually scoop up all your content.
That.
There's that. Hey, you know what? We're proud to have Site Strategics as the sponsor of Edge of the Web. We're pioneers in the agile digital marketing methodology. Our core specialties are technical SEO. Yeah, I heard you kind of flicked the Core Web Vitals thing out of the live reading last week.
Yeah, why? Yeah, dude, why are you focusing on the Core Vitals thing?
Because John Mueller says it doesn't matter
You're
anymore.
perpetuating SEO nonsense.
We focus on entity SEO. We actually help create knowledge graphs on companies' websites.
Not for YouTube. We just help create conspiracy theories.
Well, I mean, you can build out a conspiracy. I mean, that's actually, you talk about entity relationships and the whole red yarn thing.
Nice,
Yeah,
right, that's good. All
That's
right, we're
it.
gonna tie that in. Yeah, buddy.
Focus on results-based marketing that works, and I also caught that one too, as opposed to the results-based marketing that doesn't work. All right. Anyway, give us a shout if you're interested in what we can do for you. Obviously, we can't do live reads and commercials to save our tail, but hey, we can do a lot of other things, including podcast production.
Yeah, well, look, you could convince people to sponsor like this fantastical news desk that doesn't actually exist. So
It's right here. I'm sitting at it right here.
Where's the edge of the web?
It's the news desk of Edge of the Web. This is the entity of Edge of the Web, and this is the entity which is the desk, the news
I'm
desk.
not a dumb person, and I have a hard time understanding this.
I'm gonna have to map this
I
out.
would like to point out to any potential sponsor that you typically pay for a 30-second read, and just like when we start talking about any sponsor, look at your watch and then look at when we stop and look at the value
Also,
you get when
in your
Morty is
media
here.
kit,
Like,
in your media kit, you'll get elongated cold reads because of shenanigans, and also
Absolutely.
a magical news desk.
a magical news desk that Morty will drag his feet on for so
We'll
long.
focus on
Your logo will be on this screen for so long.
this is the
We'll also
this is
put
the
your
Morty
branding on a
amplification
unicorn.
right here.
It's a special feature that
It
no
really
other
is.
podcast can bring to
That's
you.
special sauce.
Yeah. Or as my wife likes to call it, football time.
Football time. All
So
right.
it's a 30-second read, but with Morty here, it's football time.
Oh, I see. We're going back and
nice.
looking at the play and looking at the play and looking at the play again. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All the time, that logo's right there on the screen. That's what you get, sponsors, whenever you jump on the Edge of the Web.
That's why I get my cut after the show.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'll cut you. All right. Here we go. From Search Engine Journal, from Matt Southern. Google. Incremental improvements may not impact rankings. Google's John Mueller cautions against over-optimization of Core Web Vitals.
You did it to yourself.
I did it to myself. Suggesting incremental improvements may not significantly impact search rankings. So he actually was mentioning this on their podcast, Search Off the Record, and talking about the fact that site owners can actually get fixated on these technical specs, these Core Web Vitals, these factors that are there, but they're not huge ranking signals. They've said that time and time again, right? User performance should be focused on, but having everybody dialed in and focused on Core Web Vitals, he says that he thinks the big issue is that site owners sometimes over-fixate on the metrics themselves. They see a number, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to get this to some other number, some higher state. And they spend months of time working on this, says he, and they see this as they're doing something for their search rankings, and probably a lot of those incremental changes are not really visible in search at all, says John Mueller. We've talked about that ad infinitum here, is that Core Web Vitals was a red herring, and it wasn't deliberately so. It was just, unfortunately, the SEO industry reacts to anything that's new coming out of Google as something that is going to directly affect their SEO rankings, where we also understand that it's about content and how helpful your information is, right? We'll get to that here in a second. It's not about making the squeeze isn't worth the juice, folks, right? Make sense? Boy, I just kind of stopped it
Yeah.
right there. Huh.
No,
Crickets.
we agree. Nope, we agree.
Well,
I
thank
agree.
you.
I don't know what Jacob. I'm sorry, Jacob. I don't want to do that to you.
I think he agrees too. My Lord. You know, everybody agrees. AI news is fantastic. And let's go have some AI news over at Search Engine Land. Google has not announced a launch date for SGE yet. It did go live though. Right? This is from Barry Source over at Search Engine Land.
It didn't go live.
It's being
If you're
tested
listening-
in the wild right now.
It can go
Okay.
live.
It's not going live.
All right, then you introduce this article. Come on, go ahead.
Whoa, you're offended all of a sudden after 3 years of doing this? You're finally offended. Okay, I'll do it. Google, as Erin says, oh, it's live. Google title still has not announced a launch date for SGE. How do you reconcile that, dude?
Because we're seeing it in the wild. It's actually out there. They just haven't announced the official, hey, it's live, but it
They
is.
haven't announced the launch date in the past. They didn't. I see. You're reading that as they didn't verify the date of launch.
Exactly. It's already out.
Oh my!
It's
God,
already out.
like,
Conspiracy. It's already out. They already have begun testing SGE in the wild. In fact, check this out. Ray Hoffman, Sugar Ray, right, had a Twitter post. And she was literally observing SGE in the wild. She was saying, I'm going to pull this up here, in a threaded conversation here. One, SGE is awful at summarizing info from lists, roundups to create summaries in niche lanes. Doing some research on flooding stats for a small county, SGE keeps finding lists on top flooding events and telling me the data for the county for the flooding event 2 is from flooding event 1, likely because the only mention of specific county is under flooding event 2. But it does not stop SGE for giving me the data for event 2 as the data for the county and every other flooding event listed on the page when asked about data for that county for each event. Woo, that was a circular scenario right there. But
That
Was that tweet written by SGE?
yeah.
Oh my God.
so here's the deal is that SGE, she's seeing it right there live, and she's inquiring about flooding event for this particular county, and event 2 is permeating into county 1 or event 1, flooding event 1. What do you want to talk about it? Point is that it's not being contained, is that if there's data that SGE thinks is more relevant, it's going to cross over into non-factual presentation. Are we ready for this? Are we truly ready for this? If SGE cannot be contained with factual relevancy, and it's out in the wild right now, that's the reason that they're not announcing it, because they're still trying to get their crap straight.
What does Google do for April 1st? We led today's show with a bunch of lies. And I hope I'm not spoiling it for anyone who made it this far into the show to find out that we lied at the beginning, but straight up lied to all of you at the beginning of the show. Is any of those headlines going to make it in SGE?
Right.
I mean,
Who's responsible for that?
I mean, it's funny, and everyone does it every year, but like, does Google have like protections in place to like, does AI know like on April 1st, just kind of ignore stuff? Like, I mean,
Exactly.
seriously, like, because humans, like, and it's not as bad now, but I remember like 10, 15 years ago, people would start running with stuff, and then everyone would be like, you're an idiot, it's April 1st, and you kind of back off, but like,
What's SGE going to do with it? What's
yeah.
the bot going to?
yeah.
AI doesn't have humor.
And what happens when a month from now someone says Microsoft bought Google because we throw a tweet out there and you know, like, it gets grabbed by
Are
the
we
wrong.
boring you, Morty? My
I
God.
didn't get any sleep last night. Sorry. Not you.
Oh,
It's not you boring me. That's not the reason why I'm yawning.
no,
But,
it's,
I mean,
it's AI news. That's what it is.
You know,
I'm
and I
just
mean,
tired.
I think the one thing that, you know, April Fool's jokes have
I'm
going
sorry.
for us is everybody makes it up, and it's all going to be single source. No one else is sourcing the same fake stories we are, because we've all made it up.
Right.
No one else is going to quote us. It's just silliness. So SGE is hopefully smart enough to realize that with the single source, it's probably not real.
Right.
But I mean, still, like,
Well, that's the thing is if it's borrowing data from one event to populate into another event because it thinks it should be there,
yeah,
right? Without and in that respect, she was pointing out that all the single source data, I should say, all the data was coming from this event. However, there was a popularization of a different event, and it just crossed that flooding event data over to that one.
right.
You've got user queries on two different events. One has flooding, the other does not. And SGE decided to actually populate that into the first event. I mean, there's a lot of control this has, and Google has to act responsibly in this space because there could be a heck of a lot of misunderstanding out there.
Yeah.
You know?
I misunderstood her tweet to begin with.
Got to read through it. I mean, and honestly, everybody who's inside of influencing inside of SEO, they're doing a lot of observations inside of Twitter and on SGE specifically. And there's a lot of fabrication that they're seeing in the wild. Morty, I don't know if you've been seeing it as of late. I'm trying to give you influencer status right here, but you can't see it?
I can't see the SGE. Yeah.
All right.
You get Morty a VPN.
I think we do. We need a VPN
No,
sponsor.
it doesn't work. I tried that. Come on. Think I'm an
He's
amateur?
he's a smart guy. He knows.
Hey, it's smart.
He's a smart guy. All right.
How about them apples?
How about Batman apples? All right, from Search Engine Land as well. Barry Schwartz wrote, that's a Barry. All right, double berries. Google starts testing the AI overviews from SGE in main Google search interface, which is basically tying into the previous article here. We just covered this, and there's some stuff getting wrong out there. Just wanted to let you know here. Third article. Now, this is really wrong, and I wanted to bring this up. OpenAI just announced, this is terrible, their voice engine. You have a 15
your voice search.
Oh my God. Here it is finally. Okay, it's going to take a 15-second sample of your voice and it will create a mirror of your voice that's almost indiscernible. It looks terrifying, and I've seen and heard a number of examples there. 15 seconds. This is not the overdub training. It's literally taking that and sampling it, and then you can create anything with your own voice or somebody else's. Now, that's not scary at all, folks. Why would they? Why would they?
Scary. That sounds scary.
It is very scary. They're committed to developing safe and.
That's scary. Why would you say it's not scary then?
I did say. Oh, did you just sample my voice and then repeat it back to me? Today, we're sharing preliminary insights and results from a small-scale preview of a model called Voice Engine, which uses text input and a single 15-second audio sample to generate natural-sounding speech that closely resembles the original speaker. It's notable that a small model with a single 15-second sample can create emotive and realistic voices. Why? Why do we need this? Anybody?
This is the thing you're saying. We do AI tools every week, and it's like some guy crazy nonsense. This is the thing you're saying. Why do we need this?
Why do we need this? Oh, I'm running ahead of AI tools to make sure everybody realizes the impending doom that's actually coming at us.
Why do we need half this stuff? Did you see the? We'll get to it later. The itinerary thing. It's like
Yeah.
I think it's yeah.
I don't see any real world application here for this except for
imitating
people. And you know,
now you can have Elvis doing "Baby's Got Back," which is a great YouTube video.
Yeah.
all
There's a
right.
couple ones that are out there that are pretty good. This would
This
be a
is so
really
good.
this would be a really good way to call other people's grandmas and ask for money.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Or have some sort of political speech ad, right?
Yep.
Why not?
It's great.
Really good idea for that. Getting people to admit to crimes they haven't committed. Yeah, another good example. Oh. All right.
All I
Fantastic.
can think of now is Elvis doing "Baby Got Back."
Fantastic. I'm so here for
It's so good. You have to check it out.
We should probably drop that in now.
it.
All right. A couple of AI tools, and then we'll get to Berry Blast. Here, real quick, although we did a couple berries already, I'll just give you one AI tool. And again, I kind of tongue-in-cheek this all the time. Talk to an AI marketing assistant with your digital ads. Delfiny.ai, ny.ai. You can actually have an AI engine do all of your digital marketing assessment and ad placement, right?
Is this the one you're starting, Morty?
Because
That's
he
me.
loves advertising,
Yep.
right? And he loves AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 of his favorite things. This is, yeah. I read
CEO.
it on y.com.
Like,
Get
yeah,
consultancy about your
we'll blow
campaign.
through all your money.
Check this out. Delfiny AI is designed to improve your Google and Facebook campaigns thanks to AI-powered digital marketing assistants trained with millions of data. With millions of data.
Millions of data.
You can improve the results and maximize the performance of your campaigns by starting an instant meeting with the most suitable AI-powered assistant for you. Yeah. So
Yeah, this is
this is a
great.
win.
Wow.
Well,
I would
it's
totally.
it's powered by millions of
do
data.
this.
Yeah, all
Really
right.
good. You're gonna get a lot for your money.
Millions of data. All right. Hey, we are proud to have InLinks as a sponsor of Edge of the Web. They've got a fantastic new social media tool from InLinks. They actually solve a really big problem that other tools just can't. It doesn't use keyword research to tell you what to talk about in social media, and it certainly doesn't use Delfiny.ai. They actually look at your own content and create a social media calendar from what you've already written. And it's part of a much larger tool as well. Incredible tool set for content generation, link generation, and schema sculpting inside of your own site. Entities are the name of the game, and this is where InLinks plays regularly. So go over to edgeofthewebradio.com/InLinks today to be able to claim your free account and start blowing away the competitors with some fantastic content of your own making. How about that? Fast track, give me something from Barry Schwartz. All right, I'm going to go 2 of the 3 articles I picked. And by the way, you should jump into the newsletter. We're rolling it out every week, and we're covering some of the content that we weren't able to get to in the show, as well as these articles as well. So sign up for the newsletter over at edgeofthewebradio.com. Barry led with SEOs. Please don't remove Contact Us or About Us pages. Now, you lost your crap on X this last week, Morty. You started spewing
Oh yeah.
started
I did lose my
spewing
crap.
profanities.
I was thinking because I lost my crap multiple times in between then.
So John Mueller was asked if it would be all right
brain.
to not list a contact page or an About Us page on their website. The reason is that they would only add it if Google wanted it. Again, don't do things for Google. Google said.
Stupid.
What? You know, I know we deal with idiots on a regular basis, but John must just have such a caring heart out there, you know?
Is the homepage a ranking factor? If not, I will destroy it and kill it.
What does Google want? No. We just talked
No,
about
you don't need a contact page. What, you want your potential clients to contact you? Stupid. The ranking factors don't care about your clients contacting you, dummy. You stupid idiot. Dummy.
Sean says, I can think of good reasons for some sites to have these kind of pages, but after double checking, there's nothing in our search development documentation that suggests this is needed.
Oh, God. First off, okay, I just want to point out the About page is the only page on the website where you can explicitly tell not only potential clients or consumers,
Right.
but search engines explicitly who you are, what you do, and who you do it for in long form. You can do it on the homepage, but you got to be real quick about it.
Right.
The About page, you can go on and on and on about who you are, what do you do, what do you sell, who
Your
do you
history,
sell to,
yep,
why do you
absolutely.
sell it. Completely explicit, create all that entity association we were talking about before and all that great stuff. You could do that. And I have a child in my office now.
I saw a hand come over the back of his head.
Okay.
No, that's
Thank you.
that's exactly. You've got a lollipop. All right.
Cheeto.
Not Cheeto. Yeah, exactly. So why in the world would anybody even ask the question? Can we take it down? Right?
It's like it's just stupid as I don't understand. Hey, no, I'm doing a. See you later, child.
Child. Anyway.
Oh, I thought you were saying that to Aaron.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's off to delete his about page. He says, it's not
Doesn't
for
need it.
SEO.
Honestly, the about page is, if you do it well and you also bolster it with structured data, right? You can literally own that knowledge graph of the entity, and that little globe, when it trusts you finally, will go straight to that about page, folks. So Google's paying attention to it. So that said, yeah, go have a look at Twitter whenever Morty responded to that, because that was darn funny.
I want to see John just send the shrug emoji and be like, I don't know, try it.
Let us know what happens. That's honestly where his responses really should go.
On this one, I'm just going to take a vacation from this one tweet and just try it. Try it and report back to us. Tell us how it goes.
Let us know. And maybe we'll adjust the algorithm to
send it. Just send it.
All right, so end with this, and this is a article from Search Engine Roundtable from Barry, and I love what he wrote here. Google, fixing a helpful content site isn't about where measuring against the previous version of that site. The title's wonderful, Barry, and he says, I'll start by saying that was a hard title to write, and I hope it makes sense. Well done, sir. Well done. In short, Google's John Mueller said on X, when it comes to fixing your site that was hit by the helpful content update, it's not relative to previously. It's basically a re-evaluation of the whole site in the new current online world and user expectations. What we're saying here is that it's not about you being more helpful than an incredibly unhelpful website that just got hit by HCU, right? You have to be more helpful in context of the world around you. It's not just about, hey, I threw a couple more helpful pages on there, and that should nudge Google into allowing us or removing the algorithm penalty that we have. Literally, you have to understand the world around you. That's the measurement of how helpful things are. That's what Google's looking at whenever it's addressing and reevaluating your website. And on top of that, we still don't see the bounce back from the September helpful content update either, do we, Morty? For a lot of sites that are out there. Knock, knock, knock. Oh my gosh, there's two now.
There's two children, yeah.
Hey.
A tuna? Okay. Okay.
Your time is nigh here.
No, no, don't press the button. Stop. Please. No, stop. I'm putting you on mic. I'm
So, I don't think we're going to have any contribution from Morty on that. What do you think?
Bye. Okay. Bye. No. Okay. Yeah.
Not very helpful. I think he's swearing. I think he's swearing in Hebrew.
Like an invasion of like the body snatchers. No, they're back. No, guys, get out of here for real. Come on.
Oh, now they're just lapping it up. That's awesome. So, what say you?
Okay, yeah, I'm surprised by the way you didn't cover the first article about the AI stuff from
What new Google Shopping and Maps?
Barry. Yeah,
No.
AI itineraries. We
No.
skip that.
Yeah, we
No,
skip
I don't
that.
need that.
I don't want to do that. That's
Yeah,
too much AI.
I think what Barry's trying to say is not about relative. Like, it's not about being relatively less crap. It's about actually being good.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Mic drop.
Yeah. You thought I wasn't paying attention because I had my children screaming, and I can hear everything through their screaming because otherwise I wouldn't hear anything.
That's what dads do. That's what dads do. All right. Well,
Your kids scream my kids scream all the time. Like their natural voice is screaming.
all right. Well, sign off here, Morty. Anything else for the good of the cause here when we're talking about SEO this week? And digital
save
marketing.
Me from the children. Save me from the children.
So anybody who wants to help out Morty, send him a bag of coffee and maybe a plane ticket out of there because his
or scotch or something.
His kids are taking him down. We're witnessing it real time. It's very scary.
Yeah.
All right.
Exhausting.
All right.
You wonder why am I yawning? That's why I'm yawning.
All right. Well, that's it for the Edge this week. Thank you so much.
They're back.
They're back again. Oh, Lord. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Can we have them do the outro?
Oh, yeah. Have him do the outro.
Yeah, he's gone. I'm not inviting him back.
All right. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Find us over at edgeofthewebradio.com. And you know what? Hey, if you feel up to it today, give us a review. Go over to ratethispodcast.com/edge today and let Morty know how he did on the show. Explicitly. We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you.
Morty, don't be a piece of cyber driftwood, okay?
Specifically me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, you're really singling me out.
Don't be a piece of cyber driftwood. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you don't be a piece of.
And we're out.
With my ass.